So we are in the beginning of season 1. Well, in a matter of minutes, I guess. And I'm going to try to be on here. Looks like it's trying to connect because they're going to get ready to turn the servers off. So my little idea was to get some season 1 hype. And let's start talking about some of these characters. At least while I have basically, 28 minutes. So I should be able to get this all out in time. Because I don't want to just be stuck at the login screen. But I want people to see the characters in the game and who we have. I'm super excited for the new update. I got some Gleamiums, some extra gold I saved up, and many more. Everybody's getting online. It's going to be packed today. I'm not sure how the servers are going to be. But before I begin to share some of the characters that I want to see in the game, of course, you don't even have to listen to this video. You don't have to watch it in full. You could just go right into the description, and you guys can let me know what you think about my character wish list for season 1 for MultiVersus. This game has a lot of, it's so much fun. I'm laughing because it's so much fun. Characters like Superman is just dangerous, and he can just do the littlest things to you to be able to eliminate you so quick and throw you into the blast zone just like that. But let's just go to the lab, and so everybody can see the characters in the game. In fact, I don't even have to go to the lab. I can just go to, just press the square button. So we'll just go here. We're not going to play anybody right now. Choose your character. He changed the announcer. So I've really been picking up Steven. Just trying to learn. So I'll just share some of the favorite characters. Bugs Bunny and Velma. I know they're going to get changed, but that's not going to stop me from playing the characters. And I'm happy with the different results that we have in the game. All these characters like LeBron James. Who saw this character being in it? So they can definitely do more. Love Space Jam. Still think the original is better. But we're just going to keep the characters on the screen so everybody can see his current levels. Because we're also going to get different changes in the character rotation soon in a matter of minutes. So I think this game, not even just it's fun, it's funny to play and more, but I think this game really has the biggest potential for a platform fighter to be able to rival other games and be able to take over in regards to the character roster and the amount of content they can put in the game. And before I start listing characters, I want to see a story mode. I want to see more done with the game. I don't really care too much about rank. I'm just creating content for the game and having fun. You know, I'm not looking to go competitive or pro, but I have so much fun whether I win or lose. It's a lot of good characters in the game. They can really expand. Look at this. See where this X is? You can have different modes. Not even just there, but even on the left side. What other modes is it going to be? I want to see a story mode the most. With these character encounters, and they say different words. They say different lines to each other. And it's just very unique to see the things that they say. Superman talking about Harley, and Garnet saying how much of an honor, just for an example, just from the memory, how much of an honor it would be for her to defeat Batman in battle. See what I'm saying? They all have different lines for each other. It's just so unique to see. And with all the abundance of characters, this is just the beginning. This is season 1 that we're about to get ready to get into. We don't even know who they're going to bring out. We don't know who's going to be in it. But that's why I'm talking about it today. And there's so many great characters in the game. Everybody's good if you know how to play with them. And I just want more for the individual solo mode, for like a story. It'll be perfect. When you got unique voice lines and dialogue like this, a story mode would be amazing. Just to see all these characters talk, get to know each other, and they have different encounters with one another. It'll be really a lot of fun. I'm not sure how that classic arcade is going to play like, so I'm not sure it's going to be out today or at some point, but just later on down the road, because not everything's going to be out today during the update. But I'm really excited to see these characters really make an appearance in this game, and I'm going to get into my list now. And I grew up with shows like Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes with Bugs Bunny, Scooby-Doo, and Steven Universe. Way before Steven Universe ever existed, I was watching Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, the Powerpuff Girls, and Eddie and more. And now you're going to be able to find out some of my characters today for the wish list. So let's leave it on LeBron James, because he's like the newest character in the game. So just for starters, Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm not sure anybody's seen his show before. He's one of my top favorites. I had to put him at number 1. It doesn't even matter when the order and when these characters come out. I just want to see something. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh, and he just gets scared. But he is scary of a scaredy cat he is. He's always there to, you know, protect the family, Eustace and Muriel, and rescuing them and protecting them. In the middle of nowhere. It's such a classic show, and I really want him to be in this game. I think he has a lot of potential. And then kicking this, well, let's head over to Hogwarts, and obviously Harry Potter or anybody from the show would be a mage, similar to how Bugs Bunny plays. Bugs Bunny's class falls under being a mage. I would like him to be in this game. Harry Potter, let's get somebody from that show or basically from the movie series involved in MultiVersus. Anybody like Harry Potter? I love watching the movies. I never get tired of watching them. And they can get all three of them if they want. Harry Potter, Hermione, Ron Weasley. Just anybody. Teen Titans, the originals. I'm not talking about Teen Titans Go. Nothing against the show, but I love the original Teen Titans. Let's get Robin, Cyborg, Raven, and maybe some other Starfire and Beast Boy. It doesn't matter. As long as we get somebody from Teen Titans from the original show from Cartoon Network, I'll be satisfied. But it doesn't even matter. Even if they get Teen Titans Go, I'm still gonna buy the character. I'm still gonna play the character regardless. But I want to see the original Teen Titans the most. The Powerpuff Girls I just finished talking about, they could come out as a trio. I'm not sure what you guys think about them. The Powerpuff Girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, they're originals. They could come out as a trio. They don't have a set of trios in this game. They just have a duo like Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry is the only duo, just taking a look at the list. All these characters are individuals. They're all individual fighters. Tom and Jerry is the only duo that fight together and that you can control. But the Powerpuff Girls, imagine if they get in. How do you guys think they will play? Maybe as a trio. Maybe they can separate them and come out as individuals because they're just as strong together as they are as individuals. I hope that they make it in, the Powerpuff Girls, at some point. Really like that show. Let's get some anime characters in this game. I think that's something I really want the most. Someone from our favorite animes that we love watching. Some of my favorites, I'm just going to share, you know, that I put in on my list. Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho, if you haven't seen it. The spirit detective himself, and he's a demon all into one. By surprise from watching the show. Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Roroni Kenshin. Sailor Moon. Let's get somebody from One Piece for Luffy. Zoro or Sanji, some of my favorite characters. Nami, they can get in. They have a lot of options from anime. They seriously do. Saitama from One Punch Man. Let's start sending people to the Shadow Realm from Yu-Gi-Oh. Let's get Yugi or Seto Kaiba, but I like Yugi the most. Yugi Moto, I would like to see him in it. And he can use some of his cards just to how he can play. I'm not sure how he plays in Jump Force. He's in that game. What's stopping him from getting him in this game? I don't know how he plays in Jump Force, but he can summon the Dark Magician. And if Seto Kaiba gets in, the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then he can play. They can really see how they did LeBron James with his moveset is very unique. They can reference to show some of their favorite cards and their signature cards like Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Have them play the polymerization card and have them evolve the Blue Eyes White Dragon into the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. That's going to be amazing to really see on the battlefield. But you have to give him time to charge up, to fuse. So he'll be wide open to launch. So it'll be really nice that they can use their Dual Monsters cards. I don't know what y'all think about that. I just really think that the developers, if they can make LeBron James with his unique moveset reference Space Jam, they can definitely use Dual Monsters to be able to create and have Yugi and Seto Kaiba and Joey Wheeler that could probably get in the game too, to be able to use their favorite cards in as a unique offense for an onslaught on the enemy. See what I'm saying? So I think that'll really be nice to see. It'll be awesome. These developers got so much creativity. All the potential is there with these characters. Let's move on outside of the anime. And y'all can list y'all characters too for some of y'all favorite shows. Maybe I'll start watching some of them. Johnny Bravo, when he does the poses, and he says, "Do the monkey with me." He could do that as an emote. That's gonna be funny to see. Johnny Bravo. They got Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo reps like Velma. They did a Johnny Bravo and Scooby-Doo collaboration or a crossover where Johnny Bravo was in the episode with them, running away from the monster. I forgot which one it was or who it was exactly. But they got Velma and Shaggy. They can get Johnny Bravo in the game. So I hope that they can, at least. Definitely one of my favorite characters and one of my favorite shows too. How about Bloo from Foster's Home? I said Foster's Home. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Let's get Bloo up in here. Codename Kids Next Door. Let's start running through these and flowing. Kids Next Door, if y'all seen them, I don't care who they add. From number 1 through 5 from Codename Kids Next Door, let's get a K&D rep in this game. I think number 4 and number 3 would be better. I'll say number 4, 3, and 1 in that order. Then I'll say 5 and then number 2. But they all are capable. But number 3, as nice as she is, she's crazy. So she can really be dangerous. You gotta take on characters like HARLEY Quinn, for example. Really be a force to be reckoned with. But they got all these different characters in the game. He's the only original character anyway. So they can make more of them. But I didn't put an original character in my list. But Codename Kids Next Door, they could put someone in there. They're one of the villains, the delightful children from down the lane, they could be in there. But that's a group of 5. And then the flame guy father from Kids Next Door, he got all types of fire abilities. He can be in the game too. Ben 10, he's one of my favorites I would like to see in the game. I don't care which version that they get, as long as it's the character itself. For Ben 10, I'm assuming to what I said for Teen Titans. As long as the Teen Titans come in, somebody from there, I'm cool with it. Ben 10 or Ben himself, he's gonna have a lot of forms, but they're probably not gonna add all of them because he has way too many transformations. And then all these characters, regardless of who you play as your main, it's gonna be a lot of pressure trying to get to know all the different transformations that he can do in this game. He's gonna be really dangerous. And that's a huge learning curve. Not even just learning the character from hands-on experience, but going against Ben 10 or just someone from the show or whichever one they bring in from his forms. He's going to have different abilities to watch out for. So whoever you transform into, you're going to have to watch out for his onslaught of just abilities that's going to be implemented. So I think it's going to take a while to get him in though, for some reason. But even if he's not season 1, I think he's still going to get into the game at some point. Let's kick it to some Adult Swim sort of shows like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I put them in my list. Shake or Master Shake, Frylock, and Meatwad. I want to see them in the game. Carl could be he always getting into trouble, getting into something. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is definitely one of my favorite Adult Swim shows to watch. It'll be awesome to see. They got Rick and Morty, so they can definitely get Aqua Teen Hunger Force in the game. Also slipped in Beavis and Butthead. Y'all remember watching that? I even played the game on Sega Genesis. That game was really fun. It's tough too. Beavis and Butthead. It'll be funny to see them. And see how I got Superman? Let's get some more DC reps in the game. They could get Green Arrow, at least from what I seen from a teaser tweet. Bow and arrows. Who likes bow and arrows? Maybe it could be the Green Arrow or somebody like that. Who knows? But I didn't put him in my list. I put the Flash in my list for some kind of DC hero rep to be able to get represented in this game. You got Wonder Woman, you got Batman, Superman, Harley Quinn. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. You got 4 DC characters. At least from looking at the list. So they're definitely going to get more. The Flash deserves to be in this game. He's going to be super fast, so he might have to get nerfed a couple times, quite a few times. Some villains, Mojo Jojo, Bane, I put into the list just for some villains to get up in the game. You got Batman, why not Bane? Or maybe they can get Joker, something like that. But I put Bane in my list to take on Batman. He was giving him some problems. For Looney Tunes, Lola Bunny, and Buzz Bunny is in the game. You know what who knows what he's gonna say to Lola Bunny. She deserves to be in this game too, and she gonna be strong too. Lola Bunny, and then if they can't get her, why not Daffy Duck? Because he deserves to be in the game too. You got Buzz Bunny, where's Daffy Duck? two iconic Looney Tunes that are always usually together. Sometimes they fight amongst each other sometimes, but Daffy Duck always starting it. They can even say duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season. And when you win, they can argue amongst each other in the winner circle. In the 2v2s, when you successfully get the W, it's duck season, it's rabbit season. They can start fighting amongst each other, and they can have different things to talk trash to each other in the beginning of the match. So I definitely think they can really do a lot of things with Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny with the voice lines and the dialogue in general. Whether they're facing each other, going one-on-one against one another, or in a 2v2 series of team battles. So the developers really have that capability and the potential of doing that. So I hope they get him in at some point. He doesn't have to be, just before I move on to the next characters to wrap up, Daffy Duck doesn't have to be himself. He can just come out as Duck Dodgers if he wants to, because he's just as cool. It's still Daffy Duck, but it's just a different name, under a different name, Duck Dodgers. That's going to be fire to see. And if he does come out, he can have his Duck Dodgers cosmetic. That could be a skin that you can buy with the character, with Gleamium, something like that. Just like I was saying with Johnny Bravo, Scooby-Doo, you got Shaggy in the game. Scooby-Doo can't get no love. It's his show. Why not? Let's get Scooby-Doo in the game. You got Shaggy and Velma. Velma is very surprising. Still, I can't believe they got her in it. But no Scooby-Doo. I hope he still makes it into the game. Anybody remember Cow and Chicken from Cartoon Network? So some more duos that can come along with Tom and Jerry. I selected Cow and Chicky. And Cow can be Super Cow, and you can switch between the two. And then, anybody remember Hi Puffy Ami Yumi? I put Ami and Yumi. They were the two rock stars, so they could fight together. Hit you up with some guitars, some musical instruments, stuff like that. That's another duo that they can add. You only got Tom and Jerry, you definitely need some more duos in the game. So I put Cow and Chicken, Ami and Yumi. And then, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, another iconic show I grew up watching. I love watching that. I put Grim in the list. From Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, he started slicing people up with his sight. So I put him up in here. Some other old school shows. I don't think many people know this show. Secret Squirrel. I would put Secret Squirrel in the game. He has some cool little techniques. I don't know if anyone grew up watching that. And then the Animaniacs. So that'll be that's another. It's not a duo. It's not a duo, but it's a trio of characters, just like the Powerpuff Girls. But they can go alongside with Tom and Jerry for some additional characters that we can play as. So the Animaniacs. What are their names? Wacko, Yakko, and Dot. Let's get them all in the game. And if you can't get all three of them, let's get one of them in there at least. The Animaniacs are just as deserving to be in this game too. So I put them in my list. And I'm going to wrap up Samurai Jack. Watch out for Samurai Jack. I love that intro. Samurai Jack could be amazing. I can definitely visually see him just with his the graphics and the textures of the characters. Samurai Jack can definitely be in this game. They got a lot of characters. Or Aku for some villains. I didn't put him in here, but I put Samurai Jack instead. That's just a little idea. Hopefully something. He can battle against Finn. See what I'm saying? Fred Flintstone from the Flintstones. You don't have a Flintstone rep in here. They got a lot of shows that they can really reach out to and really get reps for. And then, last but not least, one of my all-time favorite characters with Courage the Cowardly Dog and one of the shows I like watching, Ed and Eddie. Another triplet or a trio that could come out together and fight together. But I would get Ed. He's super strong, as goofy as he is. All you gotta do is put a rock in his shoe and he goes off. He destroys buildings. He's the strongest in the show. As silly as he is. And then he said butter toast. And just for his voice lines, he has some funny lines. Be one of the funniest characters in the game. But they all could come out together. They could be their own individual characters. Ed, and Eddie, or Ed Double D, who's the smartest of the trio. And then Eddie doing the schemes and stuff. He can have his own moves too. But I think they should come out together so they can be able to switch between them. And they can have their own moves, like the Powerpuff Girls. I really think they should fight together. It'll be awesome to see. but I put them at the last bottom, well, I guess the bottom of my list. So it doesn't even matter in this order. That's just some of my characters for the season 1. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get some of these characters. Maybe some of these characters won't be able to get into the game until later on in for season 2 and beyond. Not sure how long a season is in regards to MultiVersus. It's different for other games, but we just getting started in a matter of minutes for the new season. So it's gonna be totally different for today, and I'm not sure how long the season's gonna be. You see, it says the missions will refresh in 7 hours, but maybe once we start playing, it'll probably tell us how long the season could be. Almost forgot Taz is in this game. That's a Looney Tune, but they got a lot of characters. I hope they really make it into the game, at least for the series at some point. Even if it's not season 1, they got a chance. Even if we don't get some of these characters in season 1, we got a good chance that we'll see them later on in the near future. But let me know what you guys think about these characters. And you guys can put your list in the comments too. Maybe some other stuff you guys want to see for the season. Let's back out of it, because they're gonna get ready to close the servers too. So I wanted to do this a little bit earlier before they implement the update. But they have a lot of different things that they can do. I want to see some more modes. I want to see a story mode. Just all those different additional characters. And then just those skins to reference those different shows. But I really hope that they at least get some of these characters from my list in. But they got a lot of characters that they can really get to. Hundreds and hundreds of characters that they can do. They can have a lot in this roster. The character roster potential is insane. The character potential is insane, and all these characters that we have now, this is only just the beginning, and they just bring in the fire. Continuous updates, amazing communication, and so much more, and continuous consistent content and updates, and talking with the supporters, answering questions and more. This is definitely how you're supposed to make a game and how you connect with your supporters. You talk to people, you connect, and answer questions, and then the consistency is all there. So they got a lot that they can bring to the table. So I'm excited for this new season, see who gets revealed, what their next plans are going to be, new stages and more. I want to definitely see a story mode the most, if I was to really think about game modes. But it's just awesome. The voice acting.
Glad you're back. We need to train.
We need to train. It's just very well done. I never really imagined this game ever coming to life or seeing a game like this. So I think this is definitely the future. I'm just gonna go as far as saying that all the potential is there. They got a lot that they can bring to the game.